10 minutes early. Y'all get on up in here, man. Get on up in here and fuck with your boy. Fuck with your boy. Get on up in here. Tap on in 10 minutes early. Hey, get on up in here, man. Tap on in. Tap on in. We waiting on y'all. 10 minutes early though, man. 10 minutes early. Not trying to see what it do. Get on up in here, man. Get on up in here for this 2 o'clock live. We ain't got long. You understand what I'm saying? We ain't got long. Feel me? We ain't got long, man. Get on up in here. Get up in here. The BGF that didn't like Raymond Washington because he wouldn't turn BGF. Get on up in there. We got 2 people up in here, man. I hope y'all ain't no trolls. Hey. Come on up in here, man. We early though. Why they didn't like Raymond? BGF did not like Raymond Washington, man. I like that Kev Mack video. Y'all just see that Kev Mack live? Off the chain. Salute to Kev Mack, man. Hey, that's my YouTube mentor, man. The boy did his thing on there. We got 5 people up in this joint, though, man. Y'all come on up in here, man. We got 5 people up here, man. Is they just waiting? Is they gonna say hello, hi, hey, what, why? No, get on up in here, man. Get on up in here. It's your boy. It's your boy. OG Bam. Check it out. They didn't like Raymond because when Raymond came to the pen, they really wanted Raymond to be a BGF. They felt that Raymond would have been a BGF, he could have flipped all the other Crips to be in BGF. That was Crips that went to prison before Raymond. Because Crips didn't have a stronghold, wasn't deep. Some of those older Crips that was Raymond age turned BGF. I don't have nothing against them. D know what it do, baby. What it do. D know up in the house. But I can say this. The Crips was the up and coming biggest gang that was in the hit this California prison system. To a certain degree, Crips was a threat to every organization in prison. They was a threat based on what they was hearing and based that the BGFs could not turn Raymond. Chop up and down. What it do, baby? Thank you, too. Thank you. Dedicated Wookie, what it do? Tapping in from East Flatbush with OG Bam. That's what I'm talking about. But Raymond went in there, and some of the homies that followed after Raymond went in there and kept it crippin'. Dudes like me, Turtle, Whiskey, Cutes, Khalil, Big H from Harlem, Big H from Compton, Kevin Williams up in the house, Sumo, like Sumo said on the Melly Mill. I went in there and kept it crippin'. Marcellus and them, they kept it crippin' up in there. Russell Capers, James Miller's and them, Mascari, all the ones before me, and kept it crippin', and we just followed suit. Now that ain't to say that if Raymond would have turned BGF, that I would have been a BGF. I was gonna keep it crippin' regardless of what. But once I hit the level 4, I became in tune with blackness, and my blackness outweighed and outstood the Crip in me. You understand what I'm saying? Because Crips, to a certain degree, and I ain't trying to put 100 on it. I ain't trying to belittle. I ain't trying to upgrade. It would have been well organized without jealousy and envy. Would have been very strong in there. OG, salute to you and everyone. Question, OG, who was the very first Crip to ever hit a level 4 yard? Hey, you know what? Hey, check this out. I couldn't even check Bad Habit Rabbit. It could have been him. It could have been anybody. Shit, Sumo and them started off in Solidad. So I couldn't really tell you. James Miller started off in Solidad. Q started off in Tracy. So I couldn't really answer that, JC. To say who did that would be outrageous. And that was some Crips that hit the level 4 yard. That was BGF. The Crips that was in prison prior to Raymond. Some of them had turned BGF. And like you say, Vino, that was a good ass question because I can't answer. I don't think nobody can answer that. I don't think nobody has the answer but the first Crip that ever, if he was alive and he was willing to get on the camera, and he can tell you that. But I can say this: the BGFs, not all of them, right? Do you think if y'all would have had embraced BGF, y'all wouldn't have been Crips no more? Yes, I do, Damu. Keeping it 100, keeping it 100. I believe, at the same token, no, I take that back. Because I did embrace BGFs. I just embraced their ideologies of life, their concepts of what was going down in prison. I embraced the blackness. I embraced it being down for my people, loving my people, and all that, right? But they had a different ideology than Crips. You understand what I'm saying? They wanted. A lot of people believe that If you was into your blackness, you spoke Swahili in prison and all that. You said you was in the blackness, that you was a BGF. But that's not true. That's a long shot from being the truth. We was about our blackness, regardless of what we represented, whether we was Crips or there was Damus, right? You had a lot of Damus that wouldn't have became BGFs, just like the Crips before Raymond that went in there and became BGFs. I believe a lot of Damus and Raymond them generation that came to prison after Raymond them. Some of the founders of certain Damu sets became Jama based on they wanted they was put protection on themselves based on some of the activities they did on the streets of Los Angeles. What's up, Corey? Based on some of the activities they did in Los Angeles, they wanted to put protection on themselves because the Crips was getting deep, not to open up old wounds. The Compton Crips as a whole get some get back when they hit Joe Rockhead and Rebo. Because Cartoon said he found y'all had a thing. If you mess with one, you mess with all. What you mean when Rockhead got hit by who? Keith? And if y'all throwing questions, throw them at the Cash App, and you see the Cash App up there. Y'all know to get answers. I'm gonna answer the questions. I'm liking the live so far, so good. Now, Keith, who you talking about? They got hit by? Rockhead got hit by a CCO member on the CCO yard in the shoe. So what you mean? As Compton, watch this. If you wasn't Blue Note or CCO, you couldn't get caught up in CCO Blue Note business. You didn't get caught up in their politics. So if you mean by that when Rockhead got hit, the Compton's ride on that, Compton's might have had an attitude, but no, they didn't do no retaliation behind that. You understand what I'm saying? Rockhead, my homeboy, Rockhead is my homie, and as well as he was my comrade. But that was politics. That was prison politics. That didn't have nothing to do personally with Compton Crip. You understand what I'm saying? So we're gonna keep it simple. Y'all come on, man. We got 28 people up here, but a lot of people need to understand this, man. People got hit in prison and it wasn't no form of retaliation. If we felt as though, and I ain't talking just Rock, I ain't talking about in regards to Rockhead situation. If a Crip got busted on by another Crip and it was justified, it would be no forms of retaliation. It'd be some animosity, hidden animosity, but it wouldn't be that. Hub and Dub was said on every yard then, but I'm a K number. They been deep. Hub and Dub been deep on damn near every yard I ever been on too. You got to understand this too, how life. I ain't trying to sound of disrespect, but one time I wasn't with that Hub and Dub when I was in the pen, man. I was with that Hub and Great. I wasn't with the Hub and Dub. You feel me? And that's how it was. Let me ask this: if Crips as a whole started with Raymond, would have joined forces with Jamba, would have been stronger for the black. Great. Still today, structuring organizations is wise. Absolutely right. Absolutely, you correct, Damu. Check this out, man. A lot of us following suit for my big homies. Mayweather was up. Following suit for my big homies, Sumo, Russell Capers, BJ, Q Snell. We couldn't, we was gonna follow Marcellus, Heron them, Sumo them. We was gonna follow suit based on what they follow suit was. Now I had homies that was from Compton. My big homie movie star was a BGF. That didn't take no respect I had from, no love away from movie star. It took a tad bit of respect from him. I didn't respect that he had turned BGF. Did I respect that he got bust on when he was in San Quentin? Hey, check this out, man. When you try to become a CCO, I mean BGF, then want to come back home, BGF's gonna bust on you. Certain CCOs, we hit Crips that was BGFs and tried to come back home. We embraced them after they got busted on. They got what they had coming. You can't portray the mask and think you can come back home because you knew you played a role. And so I had I remember when the CCOs and Blue Notes first started beefing. And I left folks and I went back down to Tracy. 2 morning Scarry and them gave me the yard. I was on the subcommittee of CCO. They gave me the yard in Tracy. Me, La got there together, East Side Mike, numerous other homies got there, right? And an ex-BGF that came back home, right? Crip dude stood up and told me one day on the yard, he said, damn, y'all BGF, CCOs, BGF. I said, man, I ain't no motherfucking BGF. What you talking about? He said, man, I got it out the horse's mouth, right? Oh, man, don't say that, man. Don't say that. Roche McGee did pass away. Shouts out and extend his condolences to a real freedom fighter, Roche McGee. I met that brother in Old Folsom, man. That brother played a essential role in teaching me some Swahili. He was a real soldier. He was one of the brothers that was in the courthouse when Johnny D. Jackson went in there and tried to get him out the courthouse. Roche was a real soldier, a real soldier. I And I got this from the horse's mouth, man. Dude said, man, we hear y'all BGF. I said, man, I ain't no BGF, man. I'm CCO. He said, well, I got out the horse's mouth. When he said the horse's mouth, I said, out your mouth? And I'm doing this while he talking to me. He said, man, I wouldn't let nobody steal you. But all the time, he knew the Blue Notes was playing a role. He had came back home, started back cripping, but he was a BGF. To this day, I still respect this brother I'm talking about. I'm just not going to say his name because he's a soldier. He's a soldier, and he was Jama. But the reason didn't nobody really want to embrace him is because the set he was from, he was a high-ranking member in that set he was from. And to allow him to come back home, if he came back home, it'd deter certain other people with influence from that certain set, right? But I have a lot of love and respect for the brothers that I'm talking about. But at the same token, why do you think BGF lost its power in CDC? Just like every organization lost its power, man. There was people that disliked it, the leadership. Kev Mack up in the house. People that disliked it, the leadership, start backbiting. Leadership, he's not in here. They start belittling these dudes and putting smut on these dudes that every ranking member of BGF, CCO, Blue Note, Vanguard, MA, Serenity, all of them go through this change in command with people that start having some form of influence on people, but whispering in people's ears, man. They whisper in people's ears and ask people how they feel about this and how they feel about that. When they start hearing things like that, it becomes a problem. Even in the CCO organization, we didn't have to just worry about outside of speaking ill of the leadership of CCO. We had CCO members speaking ill of CCO because they felt it was favorite politicking. Certain people can get caught up in a situation and wouldn't get a DP. Right? I remember one time, man, I came to the yard. I was in the hole. Not San Quentin, not folks. I was in Soledad in the hole. And I got real mad at the yard one day. And I said, fuck this Crip Corps. Because motherfuckers was bullshit. Fuck this Corps. It wasn't that I disrespected the individuals, that I disrespected Crip. I supposed they got an issue, man. I wasn't above the law. So when they tried to send word for me to get an issue, even though I had rank down there in the hole, the Central Committee said a hair on my head couldn't get touched. And I felt bad about that. So I come to the yard about 10 days later, after people getting at me, I got at my partners and say, hey, man, what's going on? You feel what I'm saying? I apologized to the yard. I ran about 15 laps. I wrote some standards saying how much I love Crip. What's cracking, man? One of your videos you mentioned Doves. Then, hey, check this out, dude. Get out of here with that, because I'm not on here for that. I'm not on here for that. So either you're going to respect the lie or keep it pushing. Bayon Harris. Salute OG Bam and Kev Mack. Thank you, brother. Kev Mack. Damu Robbins. Yeah, BGF and Crips would have been a strong before fetching. The fact that they recruited Damus and Crips didn't share the same beliefs as BGF. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell people. People need to understand, man. BGF really didn't like Crips, and a lot of Crips didn't like BGF. That ain't to say all Crips didn't like BGF and all BGF didn't like Crips. The BGFs that embraced me, I considered real BGFs. Dadisi, LB, Faru, Nim Zerman, Michael Best, Roy Bush, a lot of them up out the Bay Area. Even the ones, I had a cousin named Burdock, was Jama. We was on the same yard, man. I wouldn't even kick it with my cousin. This is my blood cousin. I wouldn't even kick it with my cousin until one day he pulled me and told me, man, what's your motherfucking problem? A lot of people thought Ray Ray was BGF. Ray Ray wasn't no BGF. Ray Ray affiliation with Doc Holliday made people believe he was a BGF. You understand what I'm saying? And this come from Ray Ray to me. Me and Ray Ray was in Tracy and Old Folsom together, and we became cool because people thought Ray Ray had an issue with Crips. No, Ray Ray had an issue with some Crips that robbed a spot of his. He didn't have an issue with Crips. He had an issue with certain people that had robbed him. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same token, you can't do nothing to a Crip once he entered the penitentiary. We got to protect our own. what people need to understand is every organization, the BGS messed up by where they came at the younger Crips. Hey, watch this, homie. The BGS killed the Crip and Tracy. Dropped the mop thing on his head for stealing. Now, do you blame the BGFs or do you blame the Crips because they didn't get on that boy for stealing? Well, I blame the homies. The homies should have got on him. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of us went in there young, man, and we thought we was more than what we was. We thought because we was Crips, we got that. Yeah, we had that in numbers, but we didn't have that in body wise. You understand what I'm saying? It was a lot of people thinking they was about it, and they wasn't about it. You understand what I'm saying? Catfish, LB, Farouk, Dadisi, Roche McGee. It's certain BGFs, man, that I have. Big Juan, my cousin Burdock. It's certain BGFs that I have the utmost love and respect for. Same with certain Emmy members I knew from juvenile halls, camps, and all that. That once we came to prison, they became Emmy. I respected them dudes because it wasn't personal, it was just business. And them dudes conducted themselves like soldiers. I was CCO, man, but I didn't turn against all Crips. Exactly, Kev Mac, exactly. When I first went to prison, I did not think, I never wanted to see LB. I'm like, man, that dude killed my big homeboy. He took something from me, right? I ain't one of these niggas that be shouting Salty and Raymond them name. I knew them. I done sat at tables with them and had discussions about how to get my ultimate Crip on. They impacted my Crip, and Dadisi is the dude that impacted my soldierism in prison. And when I met him, a whole different thing came on. He laced me on some shit. He heard good things about me, and I heard wonderful things about him. Dadisi was a soldier, man. That brother was a soldier up in that penitentiary. He was a freedom fighter for his blackness, and he conducted himself as a real soldier. And he's one of the founders of Paru, and I respect that man. I consider Dadisi my big homie. I'm like Kev Mac, y'all. There's certain things I will say, but it's certain names I would never put names out here. I'm not one to assassinate nobody's character. If you was there, if you know about certain situations, you know what I'm saying. I'm just dotting the I's and crossing the T's. You had BGFs, UBN, BL, CCO, Blue Notes. I don't care what nobody said. It's coming from BAM. We're a branch of the BGF tree because we follow suit based on what they did, we did. We created a structure with hoping we can have guidelines of running things better. And as always, when people feel leadership is fucked up, it's going to go bad. It's going to always go bad. People going to backfire. You had CCOs hating on Amari, Ascari, Sumo, DJ, Tabari. You understand what I'm saying? Some dude I heard somebody say, because Tabari, matter of fact, I heard Frog, because Tabari and his brother, Tabari had a brother that was Jama. He thought that brought an alliance with us. All right, so what you telling me, what Frog trying to insinuate is, if a Crip got a blood that's a brother, that bring alliance to them two gangs? No, I don't. It just means, hey, they just chose different paths. You understand what I'm saying? Double R was a soldier on the Central Committee. We had Hoovers that were CCOs, yet people constantly believe that CCOs mean that Hoovers is not Crips. Every Hoover I know, I consider him a Crip. I don't care about them calling themselves criminals. You understand what I'm saying? Hey man, watch this, man. The first Crip I ever heard say this, that he's anybody killer, was my little nigga Petey Wack. And Petey Wack sure ain't from Hoover. But that's the first Crip I heard say that. Bam, when I get to the pen, one of my own homies said, damn, this anybody killer when I get to the streets. They didn't care. That's where the structure of Cripism went bad. Once we allowed street shit to enter prison, and then we trying to correct the shit in prison, and we trying to bring it back to the streets, it went faulty. It went fucked up. Didn't nobody want to listen to a structure. Structure is needed in any organization, any game. Without structure, it's going to be some problems. You're going to have a backbite. You're going to have an in-house backbite, all that. Outsiders create more problems. Third parties create more problems than the real participants of any game. All you have to do is look at YouTube. Look at all these dudes that speak on big union situation, and they not even Crips. They just doing speaking on shit just to get subscribers. They clout chasing, and they speaking on shit. Hey, doing all that. That ain't cool. Then you go by a lot of PC dudes. You go on what PC dudes are saying, and they don't have no real knowledge of nothing except running the PC. You know what I'm saying? They ran from the real drama. You understand what I'm saying? But every black that was on the main line on the level 4 was a willing participant. David Perez was you. That willing participant became freedom fighters. You see, what people don't seem to get, man, every black and Hispanic in prison is a political prisoner based on the color of his skin. You don't have to have a political crime. Or they trying to be popular. Some of these dudes you can tell never bang. You can tell they never banged and they trying to be popular, Matt. It's disrespectful to hear what they say on YouTube. Sometimes people tell me, hey, Bam, tap into this. I was at work the other day and somebody said, man, tap into this and this and then this dude, this skinny dude, always got something to say. Paperboy always got something to say. And they get 13 with 15,000 viewers looking at shit that they don't have no concrete evidence on. They speak on shit that I know for a fact they won't, the people they speaking on, they won't go in the presence of them people and bring what they trying to say. Yet they say they for their blackness. You cannot be for your blackness when you're trying to create two black men that going at each other, saying which one is not down and which one is down. You ain't nothing but a cause of a problem, and you throwing gasoline on a fire that's still burning instead of throwing water on the fire trying to put it out. These dudes, they watch Kev Mac, they watch Bam, they watch Gangsta, watch Cartoon, they watch everybody, Melly Mill, they watch everybody's shit, and they still shit. They try to remix what we saying. And I'm always telling you, and I ain't saying this because my homie Kev Mac is in here. If you want to know gang historians, go to Kev Mac's show. Go to Kev Mac's show. Watch this, man. It's one thing I love most and respect most about Kev Mac. You like, damn, he gonna call a ball and ball a strike. The reason I say that, I remember when he first interviewed me, Kev Mac told him, he said, I ain't think damn shit was gonna go. Because it started off slow. He also said this when he endorsed it. He did this. He said, man, my homies don't vouch for people, but they vouch for Bam. I'm one of the few that they vouch from. I don't try to put 100 on a 10. I don't put a 10 on a 2 or a 10 on a 2. I just be me. I know what I was in prison. I know what I did in prison. I know what transpired in prison. It was a lot of chaos in prison amongst Crips and everybody else. But if we'd have just stuck together, listen to me, man. If we'd have stuck together, we all have been cool. Let me see what he said. Is that why CDC locked down all the BGFs to stop the growth and influence while other fractures sprung up? Like revolutionary was more of a threat than a black gang member. Let me share this with you. Highlight. CCOs was revolutionaries. Blue Notes was revolutionaries. UBNs was revolutionaries. Bloodlines was revolutionary. All of us was revolutionaries. You don't have to be about your culture and your race to be a revolutionary. The revolution would be televised based on however it be presented. And Crips came in with that revolutionary mindset. And CCOs was the best thing happened. CCO structure was the best thing happened in California Departments of Correction when it came to Crips. There wasn't no set tripping. You didn't see Crip on Crip melees. And we was for our blackness. Then when we left the level 4 to try to hit the level 3s, it became a problem. Now the Blue Notes created their organization. Oh man, them dudes BGF. Why were so many black gang members so afraid of representing their blackness? Now you look at some of them in prison, it ain't that they Crips and they don't want to be down for another Crip that ain't for their hood. In reality, that's saying they scared of representing Crip. Because when I came to prison, like George Jackson said, if you hit one brother, 10 of y'all got to go down. Well, Crips had that mindset too. If you bust on a Crip, we're going to take 10 of y'all down. Doc Moves had that same mindset. But it changed over time because people lack of courage, lack of strength, lack of knowledge of self. And what they represented, they didn't want to do it. Man, what did CCO do to the black that did not come out and fight? Hey, what did they do? The blacks that did not come out and fight? And check this out, man. CCO, when we got the folks People didn't, Crips on that yard did not want Crips, CCOs on that main line. So now we did thorough investigation. People gonna tell people what to do, and everybody named that got put in the hat, 25% of them got bust on. The other 75% tucked their tail and went somewhere else. It was a lot of victims and old folks based on them not wanting to be down by blackness. And they got their issues dealt with on all sides. Blue Notes dealt with them. CCOs dealt with them. UBNs dealt with theirs. Bloodlines dealt with this. We dealt with each other. But you had the backbiters. You had a lot of. Now, I don't respect no dude that come in cripping. Then when he go to San Quentin, no folks, and he turn BGF. Now, I don't respect that. Don't flip coach when you get there. Because you feel leadership was fucked up. See, if I felt leadership was fucked up when I was CCO, first of all, I wouldn't have accepted the name Little Scarlet. I respected the leadership and loved the leadership of CCO. All the generals on Central Committee, no matter where they was from, I respected it. One of the biggest fucked up problems with Crip was in prison was this. Because the Scaries from the 60s, I'm using two people as that, because the Scaries from the 60s and Scary, Sumar Ant was from Compton, everybody felt as though all 60s and all Comptons fell up under the leadership of CCO, and that wasn't true. It was Blue Notes that was CCO. I mean, that was Blue Notes that was from Compton. Cool Breeze. And watch this. I never met Cool Breeze a day in my life, and he claimed Corner Pocket. My hood and Corner Pocket used to be one hood back in the day when I first started banging. You understand what I'm saying? Just with two different names. I would never embrace Cool Breeze based on that. But I consider Sparks a big homie, LaBelle a big homie, Stretch and Evil, my homies, Tookie a big homie. You understand what I'm saying? See, what was wrong with Crippin' and Damuism in prison? When people knew dudes was up under paperwork, they was either too ashamed or too afraid to admit they was part of somebody's structure. I never denied being CCO. Bam, never denied that. I took pride in being CCO. You know what I'm saying? But if you asked me where I was from, you met me in prison, hey, where you from? Man, I'm from Compton, front of the Crip. You already knew I was CCO. This how word of mouth traveled. I said this on the Kid Mac video. I go to prison right today. Dudes say don't fuck with me based on my CCO affiliation. Melly Mill thought I was talking about the COs. No, don't be the COs. COs don't fuck with you if you was up under any form of paperwork because they already know your get out would be to get at them. They don't want nobody that was on the structure that had any form of rank that they knew put in work and get the numerous of shoes. They knew these dudes, once you go to the shoe, you're being well educated in reading books. You've been educated in who your real enemy was. See, once I became a level 4 inmate in prison, fuck a 180, fuck a 270. It was only two prisons when I first went to prison. That was San Quentin and Folsom. Once I went to my first shoe, man, and hit that level 4, excuse me, and hit that level 4 yard, right then, a new horizon, a new demon, and bam, not a demon, but a beast arose out of me. And that was that black beast, that I must stay down for my blackness, that I'm a black man before I'm a Crip. I'm a Crip before anything, but I stayed down for my blackness. I became a freedom fighter. Whenever a brother was in there, watch this, man. First of all, you ain't obligated to help nobody in prison. You can go in prison and do like some of these other dudes, go to the S&Y yard, or you can tie your door and don't never come out your cell. But every brother that came out their cell when it was time for war, I give them 100%. I don't care if they was Crip, Blood, non-affiliated, BGF, Vanguard, Kumi, whatever. We had alliances with everybody because it was relationships established with personal individuals, like Big Mousy Brown that started Kumi. Me and him was cool because he was cool with a Scory now. So I embraced him. Catfish. He was cool with Big Michael Stone. This how I met Catfish. Catfish was one of the 5 generals of BGF that got hit by the Emmy in Old Folsom. The BGF dropped the title on Catfish when he came to Tracy and wouldn't let Catfish come to the line. So a Crip get killed. Now they running modified yard for Crips and Bloods. Catfish came to the Crip yard. Me and Catfish became so cool. Yes, it did. How like it triggered that revolutionary awakening, brother. I read that George Jackson book and looky here, man. I became a revolutionary. I became a freedom fighter, and I stand on that. It didn't do nothing but enhance my cripping. My revolutionary mind and my freedom fighter stance didn't do nothing but enhance my cripping, brought a newfound respect towards who I was and what I had became in prison. That I was no longer one of them dudes having my pants hanging off my ass, 4 or 5 blue rags in my pocket. I wasn't a dress-up Crip. I was a for sure Crip. I was one of the ones that's gonna be on the front lines to put in work. I was one of the ones that beat up on police and caught shoes. I did my numerous shoes to stickers and busting on the police and getting down with the police. But once I grew up out of that and learned, I'm in a position like a Scary, Sumo, Tabari, James Miller, them in Houston, that I earned the title of being called a big homie. I started lacing youngsters and not being misled and biting into bullshit on New York. Don't feed it. Now, I just didn't do this just to Crips. I enlaced a lot of Damus. You understand what I'm saying? When I was in Folsom, man, me and Dadishi, we picked at least 2 times out the week, man, because he worked in license plate factory. And I very seldom did night yard because I was a mentor in the Health Right 3. I was a drug counselor, right, in the Health Right 360 program there. Me and LB spent at least 2 days out the week and on weekends sitting back kicking it. It was a little dude from the mob. He was my partner. I forgot his name, little yellow nigga with an institute. He said, "Bam, man, I see you walk up in that Damu square kicking with my big homie. That's my big homie too." I wasn't afraid to walk anywhere in prison and go where I want to go, especially when it came to dealing with brothers. So I believe a change in a line of communication will keep a whole lot of confusion down. You got a whole lot of wannabe shot callers in prison. You got a whole lot of wannabe shot callers on the streets. That's in the chaos than anything. It takes a different kind of street dudes to come into prison and seek structure. A lot of dudes were saying they wasn't with politics but was banging. Then was them cowards, Damu. Them dudes that come to prison saying they banging, they ain't even banging, homie. I'm gonna tell you what, this why they bang. They call this what they call banging in prison today. Because your homeboy got the phone and got the sack. You think he's obligated to give you a phone and give you piece of this sack. He's not obligated to financially take care of you. He's obligated to physically support you, whether you're wrong or right. If you're right, he got to support you. If you're wrong, he got to support you. But if you're wrong after all said and done, he's supposed to deal with you. See, that's the problem that would happen in prison. Every race had got to the point where there was no longer accountability for people fucking up. Wasn't nobody taking responsibility for their homeboys' actions. Not just Chris, not just that moves in it. Listen to me, man. Before I came home, man, I started seeing some Spanish dudes doing some shit that I knew for a fact they wouldn't have did in the 80s. I know for a fact they wouldn't have been doing in the 80s because the structure, they were so afraid of their structure, the structure, the image. Now they're afraid of the structure, but they don't respect the structure. See the difference? Like people was afraid of CCO. Certain Chris was afraid of that structure, but they had to respect it because we kept unity amongst ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? And people didn't seem to get that. Again, if y'all throw these questions, throw it at the Cash App too. That's it. I don't want nobody to think I'm being rude, but that's how the game go. And people need to start understanding that we got to, as a black man, black people should stop trying to point fingers at structures and point fingers at the people that created the chaos in the structures. See, I'm gonna say this again, man. My point of view, in my opinion, there was nothing wrong with CCO leadership. The Cash App is right there, highlight. OG $ OG Bam, 2Ms131. There was nothing wrong with the structure with the leadership of CCO. They did what they supposed to did, and I was embraced by the best. I was told not to never get up under nothing when I went to prison. My big homies was mad, right? My big homies was mad that I became CCO, yet they had rank in CCO. CCO didn't recruit me. I recruited CCO. I wanted to be a part of something that was right. Now, when I first went to prison, was Crip and right? Yes, it was. We had a structure, whether you was under some or not. See, the first Crip Constitution was blue magic. See, I'm a firm believer, truly believe this, that Raymond would have endorsed CCO. Raymond would have been alive, and if he would have been in prison, Raymond would have been on the central committee of CCO. See, they can talk their ass off, but everybody that we thought had something to do with Raymond's death or heard they had something to do with Raymond death, CCOs got at that person. Hey, listen to what I'm saying. This is what people ain't told y'all. Yeah, people made mistakes. CCOs, I stepped back because my big homie Haron said step back. I didn't like the fact that Crips was going at Crips. When I stepped back, I used to look at the UBNs and bloodlines going at each other. That wasn't a good look at what you represented. Now we got brothers going at brothers, and guess who laughing at us and saying, "Told we ain't never got to do nothing to them." The system, the Hispanics, the Waupis. You understand what I'm saying? That's where we made our mistake at. We didn't have to. Why would Raymond be part of something that BGF, if they hit him? Why would Raymond be a part of something that BGF? Raymond, I ain't said Raymond be a part of BGF. Brother, what is you talking about? They know that tried to hit him. This is if they hit him. I ain't said Raymond would have been no BGF. I said he'd endorse the CCO. Brother would have been CCO. You trying CCOs ain't BGFs. CCO ain't up under number CCO, man. Where's you getting this from, brother? We all just a branch of every constitution is damn near similar. Everyone from the image to this. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what people need to understand. So why you popping like that, man? Pop it right. Pop it right. Pop it right. Come on, man. I like the live, y'all. I like the live. I ain't gonna get hot. I ain't getting hot. I like. We got 56 people up in here, man. There's structures. Exactly. There's structures. Raymond would have endorsed the CCO and been a part of that. That was cripping. CCOs kept it cripping, man. Watch this. We was the biggest. I don't care what nobody said. We want to stop the war. Now somebody else might say something different, but we took it to the enemy. Did nobody else take it to them like we did? And when I say we, I ain't just speaking on CCOs. Keyways itself. It's been proven. Look at some of my old videos and people that said this. We took it to them. Did nobody else take it to them? We didn't tuck our tails. But you got the anti-Crips. You got the anti-CCO motherfuckers saying something totally different. But I'm here to tell you that we took it to them. Hold on. I'm here to tell you. I'm back. I'm here to tell you that we took it to them. We took it to them like no other. You understand what I'm saying? We didn't. The system was already against everything black, right? And then we had anti-CCO motherfuckers. We had anti-Crip dudes. We still have that today. So when you get, it can't be nothing but all love, V. No, it can't be nothing but all love, brother. I ain't tripping on that. I'm just trying to enlighten y'all on some things. You feel what I'm saying? We just trying to enlighten y'all on some things. That's it. That's all, man. I ain't trying to go big on you. I ain't trying to disrespect you. I'm just trying to enlighten you on some things. You know what I'm saying? The truth to the matter is, structure is needed within the black people in prison. Structure is needed in our communities. This is so fucked, this haywire and fucked up in our communities. We hurt each other, don't nobody else hurt us. We sit back and video while the police beat up a black man or beat up a black woman. We sit back and video while a grown woman with a black child ass, like she grown. That's what we need to discuss. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm gonna give y'all like 2 or 3 more minutes, man. But it's all love. Continue hitting that like and subscribe. Support the channel, man. I might do another live later on, ain't for sure. But hey, hit that like and subscribe. V-Note, it's all love, baby. Stay tapping in and support the channel, V-Note. The most once said, I ain't got, brother, I love you being up in here. I ain't feeding it to the trolls, none of that. We gonna keep it black, man. I'm gonna keep educating y'all and enlightening y'all. On that note, ain't nobody told you they love you. OG Bam love you. All right now, Big Bam. What's up, James White? How you live? James White was in Trace with me. How you living, brother? How the weather out there in Florida, man? Is it hot or cold? It might start back raining tonight in LA. JK home. Yeah, but hey, check this out, man. Y'all hit that like and subscribe, man. Support the channel. Peace. If ain't nobody told you they love you, OG Bam love you. Peace.